We haven't raised your taxes. We've lowered your taxes because it was important during the recession to make sure that middle-class families were able to land on their feet. And that's actually helping absorb some of the increased costs of gas prices and food prices that are out there right now, and helping to sustain consumer spending to keep the economy growing. But at a certain point, as the economy begins to grow again, as people are getting back on their feet, we've got to go back and say to ourselves, you know what, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Taxes are lower now than they have been in a generation. Taxes are a lot lower now than they were under Ronald Reagan. They're lower than they were under Bill Clinton. They're lower than they were under George Bush in many cases. And what I've said is, at minimum, we should say, for those like myself who can afford it, let's pay a little bit more. Let's go. We can go back. If we went back to the Clinton rates for the wealthiest 2%, going back to the Clinton rates, you remember back in the 90s, the economy was doing really well, and rich people were doing just fine. And I can afford it. It's not that I like paying taxes. I don't like paying taxes. Nobody likes paying taxes. But if the choice is keeping my tax break or 33 seniors having to pay an extra $6,000 for their Medicare, why would I want that? Why would I wish that on those 33 seniors? If the choice is between me keeping my tax cut and a couple hundred kids being able to go to get their head start, why would I want that? This isn't a matter of charity. It's a matter of what we think it is to live in a good society. And I think it is good for me, it is good for my life, if when I'm driving around, I'm saying to myself, you know what, that school is producing all kinds of kids who are smart and are going to help build America's future. And I drive around and I see some seniors and they're out for a walk, and I know, you know what, I'm glad that I live in a country where in their retirement years, they're going to be secure. That makes me feel good. That's the kind of country I want to live in. That's the kind of country you want to live in. And we got to make sure we're willing to fight for it.